Okay, lads, that she's ready to go. Best of luck, and we'll see you at the end.
Yep.
You good to go, Stephen?
Yeah, good to go, Liam, yeah.
Hey, good luck, mate. Cheers. Good luck.
Right, best luck. Have a good one.
Cheers.
$99.
Here we are, McAvoy Darts live again on YouTube. Welcome back, everybody, to a Saturday night. Sitting watching the Intercounty League final between Kilkenny and Down. First up, we've got Liam Bradley versus Stephen Grace. Liam, very well known in the Down team and the Down dart scene. Putting his wits against a formidable opponent here.
85.
Stephen. So, should be good. Liam's been playing some phenomenal darts online. He's currently, his average on NACA overall is sitting in the high 80s. He's really taken to online darts. Stephen, of course, has a lot of experience at county level.
58.
Many international tournaments he's attended as well. Indo ranking events, and you name it, he's done it.
100.
Or INDO for those who like me to enunciate properly. If we run about saying Indo Kevin Devaney, I'll have my guts for guards.
133.
Darts there, down the 19s for Stephen. And Liam's going to follow in. He'll be hoping for a ton.
60.
Don't be afraid to drop us a comment, a share and a like on YouTube if you're watching. Always like to engage with our audience.
58.
Hopefully we don't see the same issues that many of the streaming world and darts world found yesterday
99.
with the scoring platform that's being used tonight, of which I will not comment as there are many available.
$28.
82 for Liam. He's hit the 25 and the 17.
Liam, 42.
The old trusty left wing letting him down there. And tops for Stephen Grace to go with the darts and move into a 1-0 lead. He's hit a 5. Switching it up downstairs he goes.
24.
Early leg nerves from both players on the double. That's a good marker from Liam. He's gone under. $16 to go then for Stephen Grace. Oh, that's a blocker.
8.
It was clear that there was a blocked bed there.
Yeah, second dart.
There, but
And second dart from Liam. Lands where it needs to. Apologies for any blurred boards, as you're all aware, and we say many times we can't control the digital output of the others.
100.
Not all players unfortunately have the same signal as the powerful stream machine that is McAvoy Darts.
135.
What a great success this Intercounty Championship has been. The down
82.
team gelled very well together. Of course, Liam's played a lot of those games. Been instrumental in his team's success thus far, as has Stephen.
140.
It's a great kick-off. 135, 140 against Ton 92. Liam looks like he's all over that treble again.
100.
Yeah. Could feel both players will get into a rhythm pretty quickly.
Oh, baby. 140.
This is a really, really strong leg here
44.
from Stephen.
Okay.
But he did have a bit of double trouble in the last leg. Let's see if that continues.
46.
Well, he's left it easy for himself coming in the next one. Put pressure on Liam. But
He's left it clean.
all Liam can do is put pressure on.
Yeah. The
You
bad
right.
leave from Liam there sort of just took the pressure off that setup. So, but that's better from Liam. And he's done the same thing again here, Stephen. This is exactly what he did in the last leg.
Yeah, third dart.
And he's made it this time.
Well, that's more clinical when it came to the Dublin. And Kilkenny are back in this at one each. So nothing has gone with the darts thus far, Mark.
No.
Early days.
It's early that both teams or both players seem to be just feeling their way into the game.
Yeah, you've probably been a member of a
96.
team, get into a final of a competition like this, and been in the group chat that day. What goes on in the group chat, on the WhatsApp groups or the?
It's various, like I know from personal
100.
experience. Like, online, but mostly I would be face to face with a team when we were away playing, say in the Northern Irelands and things like that. There, there's a lot of G'ing up. You know what I mean? You're trying to build
96.
confidence into some of the players that maybe not so confident. You know, trying to push them up. Somebody's playing a bad game or not playing or don't feel as if they're playing well. You know, you're trying to bolster up their confidence.
137.
A lot of it is confidence building, getting the team relaxed. You know, you don't want people getting in there tense.
Very much so. The nerves taking over and maybe not showing their potential on the
Anybody
board.
that doesn't have nerves
96.
to play a game of darts shouldn't be playing a game of darts.
Well,
because
that's
they're a
true.
robot. Because everybody suffers the nerves. People suffer them in different degrees. Me, I find that the nerves tend to push me into a better place.
Absolutely.
You know, I tend to.
A lot of
better.
people thrive off it. Yeah.
100.
I think Stephen Grace is averaging 96 in this leg.
Well,
Just saying, in case people out there are thinking we're not watching the darts.
no, definitely. And he still left himself in 213. Brilliant.
59.
164 for Liam.
Well, he doesn't go the Dutch route. And it looks as if he has the first one. Yeah, I thought he had the first one in. Second one, it's very hard to see that. Are we going for the bull or is it
Taking his time anyway, whatever it is.
I think that could be a 12, is it? No, no.
139.
It was in.
It was in. Apologies, folks. It's just as Liam has his dartboard up in the attic.
Indeed he does. I remember throwing him one night in a local online league, and he was throwing shirtless.
60.
I do remember.
Because it was
during
the summer.
The heat in the attic was absolutely killing him. I remember that.
He said it was like throwing in a sauna.
It was. That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. Getting a signal up into the attic is not just
second
necessarily
dart.
good.
Third dart, sorry.
Well, he left himself
There.
in a good position after that. That was a better leg from him. He's maybe starting to find his range a wee bit here.
Yeah, well, a 15 dart leg.
Like, despite last night now, we had to stop the stream stopped the game 3 times last night because of Naka and the way it was misbehaving. And to be quite honest, never took a fidge out of Liam at all.
No.
He just comes straight back in. It's just a measure.
Liam's played through a lot more challenging
89.
circumstances than that. I
Definitely.
can tell you.
Definitely.
You know, as I'm sure Stephen has in his time too. Stephen's definitely fainting trebles, and he's got a consistency in his throw, which is
99.
clear to see. So we're hoping that this level of performance holds up throughout the whole final tonight.
Well, look, these guys played themselves before, and it was a good game. It was a good game the first time round. You know, and I'll be honest with you. I remember when I looked through the fixtures at the start, and this was the very first game I picked, and I said,
100.
I thought to myself after the match, I had a feeling that these boys were going to meet somewhere along the line, be it a semi-final or a final.
Yeah, both teams done extremely well to get the
Kilkenny
final.
didn't have their full team out the first night. They had unfortunately some of the players had a death, I think, in the family, and there was 2 or 3 of them
30.
missing. So we're glad to have them back again playing
Absolutely.
tonight.
And they'll be glad to be back. For those that are giving up the rugby to watch us online, I think
1-3-4.
Wales have just scored a try. It'll go to the TMO. Or the VAR, as it's known in the soccer market.
Oh, yeah.
The
Don't talk to me
VAR.
about VAR. Robbed Leeds of a perfectly good bloody goal last night.
No.
56.
We still won. I'm happy.
Yes, indeed. Many of our viewers will know what an avid Leeds fan you are.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, 54. 64. 72.
It's amazing where you know that you need 4 18s, yet you don't know what the score is when you have to sit and count it. Stand and count it.
Oh,
you
I've
know-
been there many times.
You know you have 36 left, but you don't know you can't. It
It's-
just doesn't sit in your head that you've hit 72.
It's the same with any finish that
Yeah.
you know the combination, but when you have to single it out into separate
Yeah.
equations, it's different.
Trying to think of what's left, what you've
Yeah,
hit,
yeah.
rather than what's left.
Yeah, last start.
And Liam done this last night. Some really good, steady scoring and finishing within 3 darts.
And that's key to
And
any
that-
dart game online.
Of course it is.
In a building, whatever it is, finishing in 3 darts is key. Putting your opponent when they get to a double
And
under that
let's be
pressure.
honest, 3-1 up, and he's played well, but Stephen has as well. He missed doubles in the first 2 legs.
100.
And that's you have to get off to that start. You have to,
See, where with the race to 4, going 2 legs down sometimes can make it a bit of an uphill battle.
100.
Liam, a good steady start again. Both players.
Yeah, and I think Liam puts out of his mind here that this leg wins it. Put it out of your mind.
Yeah.
And just keep
41.
doing what you've been
Well,
doing.
there's one thing about Liam is that he doesn't seem to suffer from that. If he doesn't suffer with that getting over the line. He seems to just
Do it.
do it, and that's it. Job done.
137.
That's great darts from him again. Now, this is what he's been doing this last few months.
Oh,
Last 6 months,
Yeah,
maybe 9 months.
6 months certainly. Yeah, really from the height of the summer last year,
Yeah.
100.
Liam's really taken a big stride
Well,
back
put it-
into how he can throw.
Well, put it this way, he beat Darren Carroll 7-1 last night, which I think if you had took odds on that last night, you would have.
I would
it
have
would
backed
have
him.
been a
180.
huge. It would have been a huge price.
Well, there we are. He's
84
kicked off
left after 9 darts.
ton 137 180. My word. And the potential
For an 11.
of an 11.
84.
But he's been doing, as what you would say, hitting the big scores at the right just at the right time. So that looks as if it could be in, is it?
No, he's
No,
going
he
down to the
wasn't.
24 there.
Well, he doesn't need to push.
44.
Yeah, he didn't need to. He didn't really need to push that
Yes,
because
good setup play.
no finish from Stephen, unfortunately.
140.
Good pressure.
Yeah, great pressure.
Two tens. He's been dynamite on it.
Taking his time.
Yeah.
And
Second
that's
dart.
it.
Boom.
Yeah,
goes
good
the
arse then,
dynamite.
but
Dynamite.
Cheers. Got it. Thank you.
Well played, Liam. More of what you done last night.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
game,
good
lads.
game, lads.
Tell you the truth.
You did very well. Absolutely superb. There was no
I was shaking like. Look at me. Jesus.
yeah, well,
Hardly held the phone.
well done. Absolutely
Yeah,
well played.
no,
And here,
great
Stephen.
game.
Let's be honest. You didn't do an awful lot wrong, Stephen. He just hit the big scores at the right time.
yeah, he did. He finished with it. That first leg, I say, that told a lot on the game.
Yeah,
Um,
it did indeed. Yeah. Okay, lads, we're just going to push on there and get ready for the next game. And
Here's my
thanks
side.
very much. Thanks very much for joining us on the stream, and a cracking game to open up with. Thanks very much for joining us, lads.
Thanks,
guys.
Stephen.
Yeah,
Cheers,
good.
buddy. Thank you. Right, Morgan
All right,
Mayhall.
boys.
Cheers, mate.
Right,
Thank you.
lads.
All the
See you
best,
later.
lads.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Ta-ra.
Well,
Yeah, we
Mark,
haven't- yeah.
what about that for kicking? You know, like to kick off the final, Liam Bradley going against the darts.
Yep.
You know, Stephen probably missed too many doubles in the first two legs.
Yes.
And
Yep.
Liam took advantage and ran away.
Look at the averages. Look, Liam 104 first 9, Stephen 94, 85 overall, 85.5 for Liam and 78.3. There was not a lot in that, you know.
No.
Liam was hitting the big scores.
Well, Liam had
know, when
had
he
a
needed
number
them.
of ton pluses, which were 137s, whereas Stephen Grace was hitting 99s, 96s. So there was very, very little in it. But what it was doing was creating a very small bit of space and a gap for Liam to leave a nice setup for 3 clean darts at a finish.
Yeah,
and he was taking the double
And
in
he was
that 3
yeah,
darts.
He wasn't hanging about on the finishing. He has the worst leg was 23 darts. That was that first leg where
Correct.
Stephen had missed so many, and Liam came in and picked it off.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
the best game 14 darts. 23 is the worst. I'll tell you that's still a very good standard.
It's a very fair standard of darts, absolutely. And what a way to kick off the night. For now, we're going to go and get set up for the next game. So do stay with us. We're not stopping the stream. We're continuing streaming. So stay with us. Enjoy the break, and we'll be back very shortly with game 2.
All right, Mick, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, boys, best of luck, and we'll talk to you at the end. Enjoy your game.
Thanks, Mark. Right, Alan, best of luck.
Yes, best of luck, Mick. This is the way.
Well,
Perfect, pal.
game 2, Mark.
Game 2. Anything like the first game, we're in for a treat.
So Alan, as we've known, we've watched him
100.
locally. We've watched him county.
He's actually
area.
he's actually a local teammate of mine as well.
Internationally.
International, correct. And a major winner in Northern Ireland as well.
Mick, we've seen on occasion through lockdown streams and at various ranking events.
Correct.
Very well known player throughout.
41.
Very talented dart thrower. Told specialises in high scoring and quick finishes.
Oh, we'll have some of that.
125.
I'd love to see
Well,
it.
there you are. He's just
Your
on
score hasn't
cue.
come through yet.
Aha, we had this last night.
That seems to be it now.
Hopefully that's it. Catching up.
The enter button.
Jeez.
There's a delay in the enter button.
It was a nightmare last night.
100.
An absolute nightmare trying to do games last night.
Yeah, you went back to the old manual route of scoring.
I did indeed. Brought me back.
Felt like you're in the room.
It felt like we were back at a competition.
122.
Super darts. Absolutely super darts. Mick's not hanging about.
There's that strong scoring. Alan throws with a lovely long, slim dart. With I'm not sure if he's still got the long
100.
points, but
He does have slightly longer points, but he throws with a longer stem.
lovely long and thin
81.
dart. As you can see, though, Micks are similarly shaped.
Very, very similar. Very similar.
There's not a whole lot of people now throwing with what you would have called the old bullet barrel, the old John Lowe style darts. You know,
They went out years ago.
40.
you know, there's very few. There's still a few really good throwers with those types of darts going, but you know, it's all very much gone into the style of grip. The barrels are very, very similar now throughout.
59.
It's the style of grip in the barrel, you know.
It's all science now. Darts is
Well,
a science.
That's it, yeah.
Down to the very flights and the way you throw them, and even the very dartboard and the width of the wires is down to microns now, and it's
80.
we got a wee quick glimpse of
Mick's
Mick there.
having a watch of how Alan's throwing. Is he going to hit it? Is he not?
Well, he's got 40 left. 84 for Mick. He's 24 left now. 2 12s. Oh, I'd be surprised if that wasn't in. It wasn't. Very
72.
unlucky. Very unlucky with that second dart.
Very unlucky, yeah. Wonderly rush around the front for a glimpse here again. Oh, it's good to see the player showing face.
You love online darts. They're great crack. Expect the
Yeah,
unexpected,
thank you.
and that's what exactly what Alan McNeat.
You love to see a board as clear as what you can see when that double goes into.
It's brilliant.
It's
Yeah.
much easier for us to call it.
Yeah, I think now like lockdown or online darts is going to become a thing, a regular thing now.
135.
But there will have to be, I would say, on down the lane, there are going to have to be minimum requirements.
Well, really, a lot of people don't realise there's 2 key factors in playing online darts for streamers, for people like
140.
ourselves here, McAvoy Darts, and anyone else who's getting involved with it. The 2 key factors are
Good start by Alan and Mick.
60.
3 5 and a 140.
having strong internet connection.
Yeah.
Right. So if you are playing in your attic or your garage or whatever, you need to have some type of Wi-Fi extender or something that's going to boost your signal there so that you don't get a dropout. But also
140.
something that's fantastic darts there by Alan, by the way.
140, 140.
Something that people overlook, Mark, is the quality of the camera that is being used on the phone.
But most
84.
most camera phones now are absolutely
Most, but not all.
no.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, yeah. But most phones, it depends whether they're using the front facing or the back facing
Correct,
camera.
yeah.
The back facing camera is the one that has the best pixels. You know what I
45.
mean? 140, 140, 45. He took the foot off the gas there a bit. Yeah, now, like we're
60.
like in my house here, we're due to get the fibre in now very, very shortly. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it's going in another 5-6 years you're going to see the majority with fibre. You should see a big improvement on line darts
140.
on the pictures.
140, 140, 45,
and
140.
Yeah, he was probably lazy enough to them that third set of darts.
He just lost a one somewhere along the line.
42.
But this is what you get off Alan. Alan, a major winner in Northern Ireland, an international, Northern Ireland international as well. You know, he has the pedigree. Like this down team
Yeah,
Full of winners. Full of winners.
they're a team of winners.
As is the Kilkenny team in its own right.
No, I can't say. I don't know the Kilkenny lads just as well as I know the Down fellas. You know.
Well, you know that you've got an Irish international coming up next in Keith Garrity.
Oh God, yes.
In the next game,
I've
and
had the pleasure of
94.
Keith's company on the live streams on a number of occasions.
yeah, very talented thrower.
100.
You could hear the disappointment there in Mick's voice alone, which is
It was only 100.
yeah.
It was only 100.
It was can't believe I've only had one treble there.
135.
Great darts from Alan.
Great grouping.
Yeah, no relenting here.
When he gets into that groove, he's just very, very hard to get past.
He's on a pursuit here, isn't
Anyone?
he? And again, look, the scoring there by Mick. That's as a result of this pressure that Alan's putting on his throw, you know.
Yep. He's back in the treble again.
140.
That's international standard there.
It sure is. You're watching it. He's left 1-3-2, which is a nice leave if he can get it.
Hey, go for it.
Oh, he'll go for it.
He'll go for
Ain't no doubt about it. We were doubly blessed, as Meatloaf said.
I think people
82.
I done a live stream there the other night and people said that they couldn't get on and comment. I think you have to log in first of all on your browser, I think, before you can comment.
45.
Because we had people were saying about the comment and not being able to comment on the McAvoy Darts stream. And we had people commenting, but just they weren't coming through.
30.
Oh, should be able to comment.
And
And please do.
a rare miss for Alan there.
Please do comment. Even if it's only to tell us to be quiet while you
58.
enjoy the darts. We don't mind. Here for the fun.
Somebody's getting the lens is getting a bit of a clean.
Yeah.
15.
Right, Alan.
Bit of
Alan needs-
steam.
Yeah,
Bit of steam coming up there from coming out of Mick's ears, I think, with how he's performed in this leg.
this can be sometimes a wee weakness in Alan. He gets the odd game or two where he can struggle sometimes in the
41.
doubles.
Owen Caffrey says you can just log into YouTube to
No
comment,
score.
and he's 100% right.
No score. He was well off it there.
Yes, but those darts are trained so hard to go into that treble 20. You can understand that.
95.
I'm not a betting man, but I'll say this will be cleaned on this visit.
3.
You just lost.
Well, I did indeed. Thanks.
No, he can.
Thanks, Mihal, for not betting.
Yeah, he can. No, he can sometimes. He can sometimes struggle on the doubles a bit.
Normally, you find if a player lets somebody in like that and gives them a sniff at all, then you know they.
Well, he
They
has a
tend to
chance
whack it
here.
out,
He's
but-
coming for the bull. He's got. Oh no, he wasn't in.
37.
Yeah.
He'll be disappointed with that bull shot. Right, all on top of the house.
Well, it's up beside tops, which is one of his preferred doubles. So
Yeah, second dart.
That's a good dart.
that's it. You don't get too many chances. And Alan moves into a 3-0 lead here.
Pressure's now on Mick.
Kilkenny team. The WhatsApp group will be pinging at this point.
That was an opportunity there
55.
which was missed.
Early deficits can be overcome. That's all I can say.
I think the Down boys will be happy with our performance so far.
Thus far, yeah, absolutely. If you're to look at
56.
the list of players to come, I'm struggling to find a weakness.
And both teams.
85.
$140.
Oh, grand. That's what he's been doing all match.
I can tell you, folks, if you've been keeping up to date with the McAvoy Darts page on Facebook
59.
and YouTube, I know that Mark had sent out a quick display of his enhanced setup here for the online streaming at home, and I can only tell you, it is phenomenal. Sit back and enjoy this. It's
26.
feel like I'm in mission control at NASA here.
Aye. As long as we don't get any rocket heads on, we'll be all right.
46.
There's plenty of rocket heads come here. So there's enough rocket heads commentating on it, Mark, without any further rocket heads being involved. But hey,
And after this, I'll be heading for the rocket fuel.
yeah,
Eliminated.
that's
Super darts, Alan. Super darts.
Alan all over it here, pouring on the hot sauce.
I have the privilege of watching this every weekend
Fifty-five.
in Newry and District Darts League. You know,
Indeed.
great player. Great player.
Hard to believe we're nearly a season and a half behind. You know, that's what all dart throwers are really looking at in their seasons. It's been a season and a half.
20.
For
It's been a nightmare. Never mind a season and a half. A nightmare.
a season and a half for amateur dart throwers that we've missed.
39.
You know, and it's been tough for people, Mark, to try and adjust to online darts so my hat absolutely tips to these players who have adjusted so well
Yeah.
to get to the point where they're in these
59.
finals.
At the other side of the scale, you've had players that just couldn't accept, couldn't get used to it. Tops for Alan for a win, for a 4-0 win.
Yeah, third
And
dart.
that's there. Yeah, super dart. Super dart.
Fab.
Well done, Alan.
Fabulous.
Thanks very much, buddy.
Well played, Alan. Very good game. Great, absolutely superb. Throwing throughout, you peppered that treble. It was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah,
well done.
The doubles was made.
Well, you only had one where you struggled a wee bit, but you know you had a bit of time, lucky enough, in that leg for yourself, like you know.
Mick didn't get going at all there, to be truthful.
Well, I thought the first two legs he stayed fairly close to you. You know, just when you started banging them trebles in, you know, it would dishearten any player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mick, you were just under a bit of pressure early on, and if you had maybe took one of those early legs, it could have been a different game. But I suppose Alan's confidence was built in.
That was it, but I think the first two legs, Alan took him out in his last start, and I'd have had a shot, you know. So I never got there. So,
Yeah, it's an absolute
done,
killer.
Alan.
Yeah.
Okay, lads, we're going to get ready to go on for the next game. Well done, and Alan, and commiserations,
Cheers, lads.
Mick, and thanks for joining us.
Well done.
It's been a pleasure having the two of you on. Thanks very much, lads.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Young Dylan Quinn on there enjoying the darts, Mark.
All the way down in Costa del Meath.
Did you turn that off? Yeah, yeah. Young Dylan's playing in the online Newry League there at the weekends there. So,
If you just take a quick look at the stats here, you can see there Alan's scoring was just a level above. You know, Mick said himself he struggled to kick off legs strongly, and from then with Alan's kicking off legs in 140s, 96, 140s on a regular basis.
He was playing catch up.
That's it. You're under immediate pressure in every leg, and you know, I wouldn't call best of 7 a short format, but it's short enough that if you fall a couple of legs behind quickly, you could be in trouble.
Yeah, you see, this is the problem. When if you go down 2-0 or you go down 3-1, you're always on the back foot.
And speaking of 2-0 down or 2-0 up, so we move on to the next game. So we're going to be back very shortly, folks, with Ray Campbell and Keith Garrity. Should be an absolute cracker, man.
Looking forward to this one.
Should be a cracker.
So we'll be back in a few
shortly.
minutes, folks. We have a wee bit of setting up to do, but we'll be back as quick as possible. Thanks very much for joining us on Magavoid Art Streaming.
Okay, lads, that you's ready to go. Best of luck, and we'll get a wee chat with you at the end. Enjoy your game.
Not about.
And quick as the flash,
We're back. Yes.
Just like that.
Yeah.
As Tommy Cooper would have once said.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
So, Ray and Keith, predictions?
You know, it's a close one. Ray, former PDC player, Turk yard holder, 2 times Northern Ireland Open winner, back to back, I think it was.
Northern Ireland Masters champion as well.
Yeah, it's a tight one to call. It's a tight one to call.
Good to start, right?
Yeah, whenever you're ready, Keith.
Okay, I'll throw away, so
Not about. Best of luck, bud.
that's it up.
So that's us underway now.
$29.
Keith throw him with a dart that looks very similar to Daryl Gurney style barrel.
I personally...
59.
I know there's people out there, and darts is definitely, you know, what type of darts any particular player is playing with. I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. I think it's fair play to anybody that can. I know there's guys can just look at a dart straight away. That's such and such. To me, a dart's a dart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good start there for
180.
Yeah, there was enough room there for it. He could have got an R3 in there.
Down players are up for this.
Oh, surely.
You could have put those 3 on the head of a pin.
He did.
100.
Good. And that's steady throwing from Keith.
Online darts versus in a room
7.
darts. Are people more vocal with their opponents at home? I think so. More complimentary of their throw, or
Well, during a match, it's seen as ungentlemanly if you speak during a match. There seems to be that tendency. There's a different set of rules has grown up around. Oh, here we go again.
140.
Super darts. You wonder what that 7 came out of.
yeah, well, 132, and Keith could
It's within his capable.
put himself on. Be interesting.
96.
Be interesting to see.
Hold on.
Oh, come on. 76. 91.
So 36 then.
So first start, right?
Yeah, and there it is.
Good dart, bud.
Keith moves into a 1-0 lead.
46.
Interesting to watch two players of this caliber coming up against each other. It would be a hotly contested game and highly anticipated.
85.
Followed to the nth degree with this live in a room somewhere. But now here it is, live in everyone's living room or bedroom or kitchen, wherever you watch your darts. Some people could be out for a walk at the minute, listening to it.
Oh yeah.
140.
Like the good old days with Colin Murray and Trust Darts on the radio.
You and this Trust Darts.
This is what Trust Darts began this. Without Trust Darts we couldn't have online darts, I can tell you. Colin Murray would be proud.
Trust Darts, there was some 9 darters hitting on. That was a bit like the start in NACA before video calls and all got involved. You played on NACA, there was some 9 darters.
55.
Well, Trust Darts was actually done with the professionals, which was very... it was very interesting.
You wouldn't be expecting any cheating to go on there, like, but
I was going to say we've heard of stranger things, you know. We've seen watching live on broadcast channels where people have called doubles in and men walking up and taking them, and then maybe not in, you know.
Well, we've seen 2 examples.
95.
PDC.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Both the same double too.
I think at the very beginning of the online home series, Benito Vendapaz was
and it was the
under scrutiny, and it was the colour of his points.
The points, and it definitely was
60.
in because when you stopped it, or when they slowed down, they showed the video slowed down. He definitely was in.
80 on the board, double 10 for Ray.
And he needs it. He doesn't
Second
want
dart.
He needed that. He didn't want Keith to be
no hanging about.
Keith of his, or a player of his experience, taking a 2-0 lead.
Yeah.
Nicely poised, 1-1 after the first 2 legs.
Yeah. And Kilkenny want to see that top scoring, where you'll see the colours of the counties, guys. That's where the overall match score is at the top of the screen. Kilkenny will want to see a 1 going up on the board pretty soon, Mark.
Yeah, they need it. They need it. Or this game,
58.
or this match could be over fairly quickly.
You can see there in the comments, Donegal are 1-0 up against Limerick in the Shield.
60.
They didn't get started until 8:30.
Come on. 43.
We started a half an hour earlier because we have that wee bit more setting up for each game. We don't want to be keeping here players too late playing games.
Absolutely.
140.
Yeah, so he had 2 in there, surely.
Room for another 5.
It's good to see Keith up and playing.
95.
As well as we know he plays, because he did go through a wee bit of a period there where he just could not find any form. And we'll come back a few years ago now, because I remember watching him and I remember seeing him, and
form is temporary, as they say.
62.
he is a fantastic player. I've watched him on so many occasions.
He's a fantastic player.
100.
And himself, Ray Campbell.
When you're a regular for the national team, it just shows you the quality
a
of
level of
player
dodge you're
that
playing at.
the
Absolutely.
quality, not just the level, but the quality of player that you are too. Like.
59.
Loose one from Ray, and another loose one,
66.
and a recovery.
It's something very strong about the what would have been previously the BDO setup, but generally, you know, the WDF setup, or the UCADA, or you know, the UKDA.
He's coming in on 120. He needs the treble. I think he
It's close, isn't it?
It's hard to know where.
I think he had to go. You can hear the footsteps, or he might have to go and have a look.
Did that drift into the 3-1s? No, it didn't. It actually
100.
That's unlucky. 139 for Ray, but we know he's capable of 139.
Certainly is.
72 left.
I
77.
think
91.
Mark meant to say 82 left there.
Sorry, he did mean to say 82 left.
But Mark's been very busy today setting all this up. So Keith steps into a 2-1 lead there. You can hear the cheers from Kilkenny up here in the suburbs of Newry. But what I was saying essentially is that the international
85.
scene, Mark, at the WDF, BDO, UKDA, at that level, the international scene's much stronger than it is in the, say, the PDC. You know, the World Cup, you've got 2 players representing, whereas
57.
the team events for representing your country.
We don't have team events in the PDC, not really. Outside of the World Cup, they don't
have them.
They don't do teams.
Yeah, and to be fair, that World Cup, yes, it's been going on for a while,
66.
but it's not really a team event. It's a
Team event.
it's a pairs event.
It's
a pairs event.
Correct. You play singles games.
You play play singles games.
You know, but yeah, essentially a pair. Like the only thing that's missing is you don't play a pairs format.
Well, is there not? Well, there certainly used to be a pairs game.
No,
if
I
it went
think
one each.
I think you play all singles, do you not?
No, if it went one each in the singles games, then there was
96.
a pairs game at the end. Although, listen, the format of it has changed many times over the years, but it's just it's something that, you know, I find strange that it's non-existent, and
81.
what happens through that is you're not giving some of those players who are further down the order of merit more of a chance for exposure either, you know. Whereas
100.
Good darts there.
in the WDF, BDO, UKDA system, you know, INDO system even for county level.
That looks like 2.
It certainly does.
140.
Yeah,
Unlucky.
just stepped under.
He just stepped under on the last one.
Even at county level, the team events, you know, like Ennis, the weekend in Ennis is something to behold.
Unlucky there. He was going to touch
94.
Here's himself from 60. 83 coming in for Keith, and we know this is well within his capabilities.
You're a fan of the Dutch route there, Mark, on the...
19s. I always would... I'm not afraid, and most players nowadays, most modern players are not afraid to...
Tops twice coming in.
To shoot down on the...
Or is that a 17? No, it was tops twice coming in.
Tops, yeah.
43.
19s now, most players are utilising the 19s as much as the 20s at times.
They have to. Moving about the board has to be part of your game now. 2 10s coming in hot.
40.
Uncharacteristic of Ray to be so far away.
A little stretch of the legs here from Keith, perhaps.
So Keith could open up a 2-leg lead here. 10s he needs.
I'll give him the first one.
30.
Yeah, he just drifted in.
I'll give him the third one.
He just drifted just that wee bit too far.
Good lord.
Get out of jail card here for Ray.
No score.
And he's going to jail.
Yeah, looks like the cops got the better of him.
Yeah.
He can't miss opportunities he got again and again.
Not against players like Keith Garrity. And he's dipped down below, so
6.
Now, Ray, if you don't hit this, it's going to be do not pass go.
that was more of an attacking dart there.
It certainly seemed a frustrated dart, perhaps, you know. Very important leg in the overall setup of the match here.
He was close with it. I think both of them are feeling it because it is an important leg to go 3-1 up. You know, it just leaves one leg to get over the line. 2-all. It's
Good
still
marker.
all to play for.
Good marker. Oh, two of them say maybe a block bed now though.
Yeah.
2.
3-1-1.
Nowadays, I've seen the number of players that's hitting that 3-1-1. It wouldn't. I wouldn't see past somebody going for it.
Hey, second dart.
2-all.
A little hint of sarcasm there in the dulcet tones of Ray.
Spent many an afternoon with Ray playing darts and drinking. You learn it. You can learn a lot off Ray.
Good opening there from Keith. You just felt that last leg was very important in the overall setup of this match.
It would have been because
not
if
even
Keith,
just
if
this
Keith
game.
had went 3-0 ahead, 3-1 ahead, it was a different ball game. You know, the pressure immediately switches on every dart to Ray.
Yeah, because even at
now at the
3-2
minute
up,
we're sitting as a best of 3.
yeah, for
you know.
3-2 up for either player isn't out of the woods, you know.
You know, at this stage it's a best of 3 on this particular game.
It's a race, a sprint.
Jeez. 55.
The language may become more colourful
Well, that was a bit ecclesiastical.
as we move through the evening.
45.
Oh, we've had our fair share of flowery language on Magnified Art streaming.
Sure we have.
135.
That's more like it from Ray.
Better darts. Pulls them back into contention for the leg. Keith, as ever, methodical in his throw.
Yeah,
on his
you can
approach.
see that in Keith. He never rushes. Every dart seems to be timed exactly, virtually the same. The only time he'll sort of stop if he's readjusting or recalculating where he's throwing.
Yeah, he's definitely got his own rhythm, and that's just...
Like you can hear the darts getting shuffled about in the hands there, you know.
100.
Great scoring. Great score.
Very, very steady. This is great from Ray also, though.
95.
That's unlucky. Could have been a wee shade more there. We're very unlucky.
75 to go.
That could be 2 12s left, or has he just... If he's not in it, it's not far off.
I think it is.
It is, yeah.
Again, it's just Keith's approach is very...
63.
Yes,
You know, he doesn't rush into a double after he hits a
No.
big number. He keeps the same rhythm, the same
he
focus
just...
for every dart. Now, 92.
92.
Oh. 72. We move across.
56.
12 for Keith. It's time for the 3s.
6.
He's just wired it.
He's been so close on all of these
He
double
hasn't been
attempts,
far
hasn't
away.
he?
He hasn't been far away.
But if you're Ray, you're licking your lips here at the thought.
Second dart.
And that's Ray will punish it. Ray will punish it.
Yeah.
I think he's right there. Well, he was close enough, but
I would say he stole it, but he didn't rob it.
He didn't rob it, yeah.
You know, he stole it, but he didn't rob it. And those of us in the darting community will know exactly what that means.
Yeah.
But now, with a nose in front and 2 darts in trebles,
140.
Ray could close the show here in this leg.
Put down in a very, very strong position. It would mean that Kilkenny has to win virtually every
Well, they would have to win every game.
game. He's in again.
100.
Good darts. Static. Good follow up to the 140.
1 each in the Donegal Limerick game.
$45.
He's in that treble again. It won't be long before
100.
that's good scoring again. So he's on a finish after 9 darts.
Keith needs to find something extra special here, Mark.
Yeah, it's just not happening.
45.
Although if the leg goes like it did in the last couple of legs with the doubling when the guy who was in front, the thrower in front, kind of all of a sudden
60.
can't find the range on the double, you know.
Yeah, it's easily done. Easily done. But I think at this stage, with 250 points virtually ahead here, I think it's
Experience is going to show through. That's what it's going to.
He knows he has at least 6 to 9 darts
140.
from 101 at least. And I'll say 6 because he's hit that 140. 32 left.
Third dart.
And what a way to finish it.
Fantastic.
Brilliant, lad. Absolutely.
Cheers, bud.
super.
Good finish, Ray. Well done.
Yeah, when I got going the last leg.
Yeah, I was unlucky on Keith there. There was 2 legs there that he probably should have, or felt he probably could have and should have won, and let them slip away. It may have changed the game around. It would have left Keith 3-1 up instead of 2-all. But then you kicked on from that. So
Don't hit your doubles. You don't deserve to win.
Yeah, hey, doubles is the dough at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah,
Exactly.
A 2-1 up, a 2-1 up, Keith. That leg really was the killer, and it felt even watching it that leg was going to be the all important one. You know, if you had went on to 3-1 there,
It's Keith sent it away.
Well, to be fair, right, that last leg was a great leg out of you.
oh, fantastic.
You know, missed chances to go. Was it 3-1 up, then 3-1
up. Yeah.
Brilliant last leg is what you should do when your opponent is doing what I do.
Yeah, well, look, Ray's experienced enough to know not to let anybody off the hook.
I've been sure of that. I know that well.
Okay, lads, thanks very much for joining us, and it's been a pleasure having you on. Well done, Ray. That puts you in a nice, strong position. Unlucky, Keith, and thanks very much for joining the two of us here on the stream. It's been a pleasure to have you on, and we'll talk to you later.
No
Cheers,
problem.
bud. Cheers,
Thanks,
Keith.
guys.
Okay, lads, thanks very much.
Cheers.
Cheers, bud.
Best of luck, lads. Best of luck.
Bye bye.
Cheers, bud.
Bye-bye.
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 Well.
The averages just speak for themselves there.
Yeah, well, look, it you know, a high quality game overall. High quality game, you know, 15, 16 dart legs. The worst leg, 26 darts, firmly understood. The 2 guys chased doubles in the early stages. But when it came to the crunch and the doubles were needed, they were hit with aplomb. And puts down in a commanding position, Mark.
3-0 up.
Now 3-0. And coming up next, Philip Carson against Noel Cleary. Is that right?
Noel Clear.
Noel Clear.
Clear, I think it is. Yeah.
I think it's Noel.
Well, after last week, the performance that
Philip had put in.
absolutely unbelievable. We're expecting.
Well, I just think it's going to be interesting because you now have the weight of expectation of bringing home a title
Yeah.
On this next game for Philip. And I hope he's not listening to us because he hit putting pressures on the players. But that's what the expectation of his teammates sitting in the dugout will be thinking.
Philip won't feel the pressure.
No, he certainly won't.
Philip's one of them level-headed lads that gets on with the game.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we better go and get it set up. So, folks, we'll be right back with you. Hopefully 5 minutes time, we'll be watching the next game. So, again, hope you're enjoying the darts, and thanks for staying with us on McAvoy Darts on YouTube.
Okay, lads,
Okay, lads,
best of luck, and we'll see you
at
say,
the end of this match.
Enjoy your
Enjoy your game, lads.
Yeah. Cheers, lads.
Okay, Noel. All the best, mate.
Best of luck, Philip.
Same to you, pal. This is the way, mate.
All right. Cheers, Matt.
And so it comes to game 4. Philip Carson, who we all know very well, against Noel Clear.
AG forced 3 darts from the 2 boys. They've been waiting a wee while.
They've been waiting, you know, probably some will opt for a little liquid confidence before the game.
Oh, definitely.
And some maybe not so much, you know. But it won't take too long for them to find their range, as you can see.
Good switch from Noel.
Owen Caffrey has about 7 tablets going, watching games everywhere at the minute. The Shield and here, keeping everyone updated online in group chats.
Oh.
17.
I love it. I can't every time. I can't not enjoy it.
There was no disguising the disappointment there.
I love it.
I had one fella had us in fits one night.
60.
Just the one?
Oh, you remember this, that particular lad just...
Even some of the ladies' games have been colourful at times when it comes to the language. It's great to hear the emotion of the players, because what you're hearing on a live stream is what that person's feeling in a room.
100.
You know? So those people that you know are more vocal.
Turn left for A, hits Faye, or for Philip.
There's lessons to be learned, you know.
84.
Good recovery. 16 left. 182, no finish for Noel.
You come across somebody, Mark, that's a little more vocal on the streams. The next time you see them in a room, you're going to know
60.
If they're not throwing well, they're beating themselves up. So you really play, you know.
Good finish.
Play in
start.
there.
And this is what he was doing last week.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Thanks, Philip.
Philip will be getting the new nickname of No Fuss. Philip No Fuss Carson. Because there's never any fuss with his starts.
That's a good start. Good start from Noel.
Noel's going to need to throw those scores against Philip, though.
What a replay. What a replay.
96.
A good follow-up. A wee mistake from Philip.
Yeah, loose start will need to be capitalised on. Someone with Noel's experience should be able to do it.
43.
Oh, just was the wrong side of that treble.
100.
The width of a flea's wing away.
Well, was it even that? Had he got his coat on or off?
Well, remains to be seen.
81.
You have the technology to find out.
Oh, yes.
Uh, 60.
And he went down into the bull to leave a handier finish for himself. Didn't want to leave the 165. Good thinking. 85 left. 28 is it? Oh, unlucky for 145.
That's a hell of an effort right there.
And here we could be on for another one. Oof. Oh, just below, tipped the low.
87.
28, a Manser. He didn't like them.
Bust.
He must have hit 216s.
He did indeed.
73.
The wrong bed and waking the
14 for
neighbours.
tops. Oh, he likes the. That's right. He likes
Game is 3.
he likes the 18s.
Take your 14 and you
Right,
know what to do with it.
And yeah, shove it with it.
Indeed.
And it definitely wasn't Dutch.
No, that weren't Dutch. But
So many ways of people it shows you how individual dart players are, and the finishing that they go for. Like we were expecting, I was expecting a certain, but
because that's how you would do it,
how I would-
potentially,
correct,
and
and especially in commentating, you have to try and stand back and think sometimes that not everybody's going the way you go.
you have, yeah.
140.
This is fantastic darts here from Philip Carson. It really is. Look, I totally agree with you, Mark. I really do. I totally agree. It's interesting to see how each individual.
No, I apologise. I put 14 in by mistake. I'm going to change the score now. The score's on the board, okay?
Yeah, no matter, Philip, yeah.
That's good, honest call in there
Yeah,
from
it
both
was.
players.
It was, yeah. It wasn't hard to see that the 140 was hit, but he left it there. He knew he hadn't put it in properly.
I love the fact that everybody knows how to do this now, whereas 6 months,
Do you
9 months
remember?
ago, it was like, well, how do you change this?
The game would have
What do
been
you do with
the
this?
the game would have been restarted and everything. Scores.
You scored 140, started, then I scored.
Great.
Oh, the joys of it.
Online darts, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And on some occasions we still see that. Fair enough. Not everybody can be an
Looks
expert
like
at
could he
everything.
be in the third.
140.
Oh,
Yeah.
unlucky. Very unlucky. Philip, another Northern Ireland international.
59.
Yeah, cracking dart player.
And another major winner on Magnified Dart Stream as well. I
59.
think when he won that time, was it the Northern Ireland Singles or something, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
It had been 20 years from he'd won a title, he said.
Look at this.
A major.
Game is 3.
Oh, wow.
Really, that's exactly what Ray done the game before, only from 101 instead of 102. He didn't
120.
realize the game was over.
I put 102 there to take that out.
Aye.
Again, online darts.
Oh, here.
What's that, pal?
Don't you love it?
That's 120 taken out, mate. That's 3-0. You're through, mate.
Oh, all right, sorry.
No, you're okay, pal. It's fine. No problem.
I love how calm Philip comes across.
Oh, Philip's great.
Oh, fuck. 41.
No, that's us.
100.
Just giving you a few close-ups of the boards there, folks.
Unintentionally.
140.
Darts.
You said that. I think you meant it.
These wee glitches that you get now and again,
I think you meant it.
it makes it all the more interesting.
58.
So, 3-0 to down in the match.
59.
3-0 to down in the game.
It's not looking good for Kilkenny at this
From
point.
this point, it's an uphill struggle. There's no doubt
Very much.
for the Kilkenny lads.
At this stage, you'd be looking for Sherpa Hansen
It's
to take you up that big steep mount.
be looking at a significant amount of help
60.
at this point.
Well, if he sometimes getting one leg on the board can kickstart.
Oh, come on, pal.
They're just not being given the opportunity, Mark.
The way that the down lads have.
They're really up for it, aren't they?
They have been this consistent throughout the whole tournament.
Yeah.
They're worthy finalists. As much as I don't
41.
like down as a team, not the players. I'm a normal man myself, so even to say it
100.
down is making me cringe. But no, look, the lads is all a great bunch of lads.
Well, the boys in red and black are back. Mark, that's tough for you to take.
It is. It's very tough. It's very tough, especially when half of them's bloody Armagh.
Well,
He could be going
here's a
again.
102.
Yeah. And he's done it.
Oh,
What a
102.
finish.
Two ways of doing it too.
Bit of darts.
Well done.
Great darts, lads. Great darts.
Well done, Philip.
Very, very well played there. 2 102 finishes. Worst leg, 19 darts. You threw very, very well there. And, you know, Noel, unfortunately, Philip just didn't really give you a chance.
No, I didn't get a look in his rod.
You know,
Finished very well.
He finised very, very strong.
And unfortunately, you thought you were going for a 160 and he already had the game finished. I know. We have to apologise. It was just, it is hard to hear. It's a bit muffled.
Yeah.
It just, sometimes the microphones on whatever device you're using aren't just the quality that you need them to be, you know. But we were sitting here, we were waiting for him to tell you that he had already shot it out.
At least I didn't hit the tops anyway.
No, it would have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
But fair play, Philip. Great darts.
No, you're telling me.
Give me a look in.
Pleasure playing you, Paul.
Yeah, same to you, Philip. Yeah, super stuff.
Well done, Philip. You brought the team home. Congratulations to the Down boys winning it 4-0. I actually didn't believe it was going to be 4-0. I thought it was going to be a lot closer. But when you look at the names of the Down lads that was up on the first four, you know, the Kilkenny boys were always against it.
All I can say is County Down really wanted this and we went for it, so...
You did.
We've done it.
You've been doing this week in, week out, and worthy finalists, and Kilkenny worthy finalists as well. But I have to say, throughout the whole tournament, you've right from the very start, you've been the team to beat. And yourself, you've been the player to beat. Last week's performance, 102.
No, I don't think that whatsoever. I actually think that Liam and Ray Campbell have been absolutely awesome all the way through this. And PK
absolutely super, yeah.
It's all been super.
Yeah, well, it's always great when you have a couple of good anchor players like that. It gets the game done, you know, and gets you off to a good start. Like the only time I think I seen you sort of struggle a wee bit was when you went 2-0 down to Louth. And then you won the next two. I think it was you and Ray. Then come on, 2 storming games brought you back into it, and then you never looked back.
Yeah, we're 2-0 down, and I think Ray won the next one. Then I won the one after that. And you know, if you want to win these things, you got to fight for it. It's not handed on a plate for you.
Oh, definitely not. And when you look at the caliber, of players that you're up against, you know, like it is always going to be a hard match, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah, definitely. We're all dart players. We want to win. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Okay, lads. Thanks very much for joining us, and it's been an absolute pleasure. And I've enjoyed streaming these games, lads, because the standard has been absolutely superb.
Great service as usual, Mark. Noel, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you, mate.
Yeah. Cheers, Philip. Yeah. Sound savage darts. Cheers, boys.
Good luck.
Well
Okay,
done,
lads.
Bye.
And thanks very much for joining us,
cheers.
and we'll see you again. Good luck.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
see you, boys. Thanks very much.
So, Mark, just take a quick look at the stats there. Philip Carson with another masterpiece of a performance there. 2 102 checkouts, 85 hitting 86 average. Stayed the same from the first 9 right through, as you can see. His first 9 average was near enough identical, so you know the consistency in his throw was there. Not much Noel could do. Noel didn't do a lot wrong, you know, had consistent scores himself, but
was there, but just what do you call it? Philip was just coming down and getting down to a finish quicker was just on a different level.
Amazing. And the celebrations will have begun now in the down changing room, the socially distant changing room. They're all in their own living room, but you know,
or the attic,
or the garage, or the kitchen. But ultimately, deserved winners overall.
Oh, definitely. I covered this first match between the very first match we done in this series. There had been a week or two before I could come on board because I had other commitments, and this was the very first match that I played or streamed, was actually Kilkenny against Down, and it stood out straight away as the game of all the division, all the groups.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember streaming it there, doing it that night. And the darts that night was absolutely brilliant. Down came away with a 4-2 win, deservedly so. Played well throughout.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you know, I've watched other teams, but Down have been actually the team the whole way, most consistent, and putting in consistently good performances the whole way through, and thoroughly deserved winners.
Yeah, and dare I say it, that performance from Philip Carson at the end, you know, without meaning to take too much out of the puns, but he really was the star of the county Down.
He was.
Unbelievable performances throughout, and to take it home with that pressure on it, with your whole team wanting you to do it, you know, it's very easy to sink at that point and say, oh, well, you know, there's still 3 men behind me, and, you know, I suppose to wilt somewhat. But as you heard in his vocal and the short few words we had in the end there, the down lads really wanted this. It was a title they really wanted. You could see that in every game, the effort they were putting in.
Yep.
They were totally focused on it. And absolute congratulations to Kilkenny guys for making it a competitive final. But unfortunately, as Madness once said, it was one step beyond.
One step beyond. Yes, I like that tune myself.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, look, folks, it's been an absolute pleasure doing this series. I've enjoyed doing it, whatever matches. Again, unfortunately, I haven't been able to do it every week because of other commitments. But look, what games I was able to show that have been absolutely magnificent and absolutely brilliant. And it's been a pleasure bringing them to you. So thanks very much for everybody that has tuned in and watched them.
Thanks to the organisers for sorting out what has been an incredible event.
Yeah, all the information up to date when you need it, you know, and getting stuff ready, graphics and all in a timely manner, you know, and it's always a pleasure to work with boys when this is all forthcoming and so easy to get.
And to give you an update, guys, Limerick are 2-1 up against Donegal in the Shield. But for now, here at McAvoy Darts, we'd like to thank you for your company this evening. We're going to be signing off. Mark, any last words?
Yeah, thanks very much, everybody, for tuning in. And remember, people, just hit the like and subscribe button for McAvoy Darts streaming, and hit the bell notice so that you get notified for any time that we're online. And it's been a pleasure, and thanks very much, folks. And
I thought you were going to say up down.
Not that chance. Ardwaka Abu. I'll see you later, folks.